Hey everyone, today we are continuing our conversation on running smart and how we can be the healthiest runners possible. Today I want to address a group of people who may not be runners but are considering running as a form of exercise for them. So today I want to address the question, how do I even start, with 5 simple tips. Tip number 1 is to figure out what your goals are with running. These could be goals of just becoming more active. These could be goals of running a certain distance. This could be a goal of running a certain type of race. There are a lot of goals out there and I can't be the one to tell you exactly what your goals are. But if you know that you want to run and aren't exactly sure what goal you have, I would recommend starting with health-related goals. And a great place to start is with the American College of Sports Medicine's guidelines for physical activity. The ACSM guidelines recommend getting 150 to 300 minutes of moderate intensity aerobic exercise a week, as well as 2 days a week of strength training. So you could get 150 to 300 minutes of moderate level intensity exercise, which are things like walking, or you can get 3 days per week of 20 minutes of vigorous intensity exercise, which would be something like running. So tip number 1, try to get to the level where you're getting the maximal amount of health benefits from your exercise and then continue to build your personal goals from there. Tip number 2 is to prepare your body to run. A lot of times we try to run to get in shape, but there's also the reality that we need to already be in shape to run. Running is a really high level, high impact activity, and our body needs to be able to tolerate that load. So we got to prepare our body to do so. And there's a couple things that I'm going to recommend that you do to prepare your body to run. 1, if you're not already walking, get a baseline of walking under you so that your body knows how to handle the load. So get a regular walking routine for about 4 weeks before you start to run. If you're already walking, the second thing I would add in is, instead of just doing your walking routine, add a couple walk runs into your regimen. So that could look a lot of different ways, but one way I like to do it is to do 1 minute of walking, 1 minute of running, 1 minute of walking, and back and forth until you accomplish your walk run for that day. The final thing that I would do to prepare your body to run is strength training. As you heard in the ACSM guidelines, they recommend strength training at least twice a week. So incorporating running-specific strengthening, which we'll cover in other videos, can be a great way to prepare your body to handle the load of running. So tip number 2, prepare your body to run. Tip number 3 is to give yourself enough rest days. If you're just starting to run, try not to run back-to-back days, but run on one day and give yourself at least 1 day off so that you can listen to your body and see how it responds. When we start to run, there's going to be normal little aches that do come in because our muscles and joints and ligaments are adapting, but let your body figure out how it's going to adapt. Tip number 4, get the right gear. Running, as we talked about, is a very high impact exercise, and if you're planning to make this a regular part of your activities, it's worth giving the little extra investment in a good pair of running shoes. Yes, this is a big topic and we don't have enough time to go into it now, but a great thing to do is to be able to go to a running store and try on a lot of different shoes to find out what feels comfortable for you. Also, it can be really helpful to go to a running specialty store or see your physical therapist to help you figure out what kind of shoe might be the best for you. And tip number 5, get a team. Getting a team can look a lot of different ways. One way could just be finding a friend that's going to keep you accountable to running, someone that you can bounce ideas off of. Find an experienced running friend who you can ask questions to. It could look like joining a running club. We have one here at Point Forward Physical Therapy. There are a lot of other ones in Stevens Point. Find a running club that works for your schedule and that can have people around you that can encourage you and who you can ask questions to. The other part of your team that you could consider is getting something like a running coach or a physical therapist who can help guide you through. Here at Point Forward, we have options for things like Couch to 5Ks and running evaluations. So we take people who have never ran before or experienced runners and bring them through a battery of tests to figure out where are some weaknesses that could potentially lead to a running related injury. And we look at your running form to make sure that you are ready to go or figure out ways we can make you more efficient. So get a team around you that's going to encourage you, that's going to help keep you healthy, and is going to keep you on the right track. So there are my 5 tips to getting started with running. If you're still not exactly sure how to get started, please give us a call. We have a free consultations where we can talk about what your goals are and get you a couple tips to get you started.